The 2009 Guantanamo Review Team made recommendations for conditions at that facility that it warned might become inhumane over time. Since those recommendations were made, there's been no outside evaluation to assess the current conditions of Guantanamo, which have changed since 2009. In addition, it's clear that the attorneys who represent the inmates are the best sources of information on the conditions under which their clients live. General Kelly, in 2009, at the time of the study, the Office of Chief Defense Counsel was given less than 24 hours to generate an ad hoc list of issues that were forwarded to the 2009 review team to consider as they conducted their review. No allowance was made for the provision of classified or otherwise protected information. At least two defense teams to provide unclassified information under their own initiative and sought permission to provide classified or otherwise protected factual information, but each was blocked from providing that information. One team was told that the Central Intelligence Agency would not allow them to release the information to the Secretary of Defense or his staff. Inmate lawyers are certainly better placed to learn and transmit information about the impact of confinement conditions on their detainee clients. They're better equipped than any other source. A more reliable study would allow meaningful input by counsel. Why has there been no follow-up with regard to these conditions identified in the 2009 Guantanamo Review?
Congressman, first, and I don't mean to challenge you, but there's no one on this earth that's better positioned to tell you what the conditions are inside Guantanamo than me. No one. Not their defense attorneys, not their families, nobody. I can tell you that they are humanely dealt with. They're obviously in jail, or they're in a detention facility. But from the standards that are set in our own country in terms of these kind of operations, in fact, the ICRC gives us very, very high marks down there every time they visit for how they're treated and how they're dealt with.
Certainly, General, I accept the fact that you assert, and I have no reason to doubt what you're asserting, but in terms of independent assessment, that's what I'm talking about. The attorneys seem to have been shut out of the process, and moreover, there appears to be no follow-up with regard to the conditions that were cited in the 2009 study that may become inhumane conditions. And so I think that it deserves a fresh look, it deserves an impartial look, and a full investigatory look from different perspectives. So I understand your perspective. I think the Defense Counsel have a different perspective, and perhaps some of the organizations bring their own perspectives to that mix. Why hasn't there been a follow-up?
As I say, Congressman, I have no agenda at Guantanamo other than to do what my president has charged me to do, to take care of 166 prisoners, detainees, and to take care of them humanely and provide them all of what they need on a day-to-day basis.
Well, my question is, why hasn't there been a follow-up?
I do that every day. ICRC comes down regularly, unannounced and announced. They know what goes on inside the detention facility. So they give us high marks.
So pretty much we're just going to have to rely on your assertion to us that everything is fine down there in Guantanamo, and we're not going to get an independent review of the conditions down there. Is that what you would testify to?
We get an independent view on a regular basis. The International Committee of the Red Cross is down there regularly. I mean, that they're as independent as anyone.
I don't know if their agenda is the same as Defense Counsel or other interested parties might be.
Gentleman's time has expired.